Hey guys, welcome back to Chariot Palmistry. In this video, we're going to look at the hands of a professional psychic and see what the signs are on his hand that reveal that this guy's got a strong intuition. Now this is the hands of a very close friend of mine. He's one of the best known tarot card readers in Australia. We're going to be looking at his hands specifically for the signs of intuition. Now one of the first things you got to do when you're looking for signs of intuition is to look at the non-dominant hand of somebody. So for a right-handed person, that's their left hand, and for a left-handed person, that's on their right hand. And the reason you do this is because the subconscious of somebody is all located on their left hand. So if you're looking for intuitive markers or how somebody thinks creatively, it's all going to turn up on their left hand. Now that's for a right-handed person, of course, such as my tarot card reading friend here. The first sign to look for is under the index finger, and this is known as the ring of Solomon or the ring of Jupiter. Now I've done a video on this separately, but we'll go through the basics of it very quickly over here. So why is Jupiter important, and why is this the first area to look at? In mythology, Jupiter gives you wisdom, intelligence, and also spiritual insight. So a ring or a line forming over here, this activates these abilities within someone. And if it's on their left hand, then this person gets that spiritual insight into other people through their subconscious. And in my experience, most of the really good psychics have this sign. You also want to look for a cross in the middle of the hand, between the headline and the heart line. In Astro Palmistry, this is the area for Virgo, which is a zodiac house that rules things like death, enemies, and suffering. So a cross over here on the left hand gives a person the ability to understand someone else's suffering and the way their enemies impact their life. So this is really good for psychics, and most good people will have at least two crosses here. And more often than not, it's formed by a square in between them. The third sign to look for is a Mercury line that reaches the headline. This line will connect Mercury with Jupiter because the headline is ruled with Jupiter. So if Jupiter is wisdom, then Mercury is intelligence. And this is another form or modality of thought, so the two go well together for linear thinking. But we're not looking for that, we're looking for intuitive thinking. So have a look at what this line does to the mount of the moon. This line completely cuts it off and it gives it its own space. Now the moon represents the subconscious and intuition, so if the moon has its own area where its energy isn't disturbed by other lines or influences, then it will function clearly. There's a story from Hindu mythology that sums up the dynamic between Jupiter, Mercury, and the moon. I think it's from the beginning of the Mahabharata, from Jaya in particular. So one day the wife of the Jupiter god got bored with him because he's always praying and doing spiritual rituals, so she had an affair with the moon god, who was handsome and emotionally connected to everyone he interacted with. And as a result of this affair, the god Mercury was born. Now Jupiter didn't want to raise his wife's son and asked her to abandon it because it wasn't his, but the other gods intervened and they convinced him to raise Mercury as if it were his own son. And this is why in astrology, Jupiter and Mercury don't get along with each other, and if you look on the hands, Jupiter and the moon are on opposite sides of the hand, and Mercury kind of sits in an in-between corner that connects the two of them. So the Mercury line that reaches to Jupiter is something that gives the moon free reign, and on the left hand it gives you free reign of intuition. Alright guys, these are the ways to tell how strong someone's intuition is just by looking at their hands. Now remember, this works best if you're looking at the non-dominant hand of someone. So if you have experience with any of these signs, or if you have all three of them, leave a comment in the section below because I'd love to hear about how well you think your intuition works with these. Alright guys, thank you.